Welcome back to the library for the second part of library instructions for multi-skilled health technician and health communication students. The second portion, I hope you watched the two supplementary videos after the first session. So this second portion will be dealing with databases, those pools of information that are available 24/7 that can offer you the scholarly journal, peer-reviewed articles, and everything current that is geared toward your subject matter. So, the first thing you need to know is how to connect to the databases, and the only thing you need is to be able to get to the library pages, which we talked about that a little earlier with course specific. You want to go to www.ccbc.edu and campus life and down to the library. And this time we'll be going to research tools. And we went there a little earlier. I showed you where the book catalog was available here. And I have handouts and video tutorials on how to use these databases generally that you can always rewatch or read the handout or print it so you can remember what we did. For your assignment, you're writing a paper on a health care issue. So, and that could be many topics of your choice. I always say try to choose a topic that is close to your heart. It's always so much easier to write about something that you're passionate about. So, here are the databases that we have at CCBC. And what they are again, those journals. There's some popular articles, essays, we have ebooks. They're all under these compilations of information. I always liken it to going to the mall, that they're stores of information, and they'll be more specialized according to what your subject matter is. So we already know this isn't a comp class where you have a real total wide worldwide options for topics, but it is healthcare does have a lot of various subject matters too. But I can tell you that this will be easier in choosing your database to search in, because it is a healthcare topic. So you're going to primarily search in EBSCO, and EBSCO is kind of like, I would say, a mall. It's overarching, and it has a lot of specific pools or stores of information beneath it, some according to topic, some mixed. And we're going to go into there in a minute, but I just wanted to show you, if this is the first time you're seeing databases, that here are some other offerings. We have the Beaver County Times. Why would you be interested in that? Maybe we talked earlier about if you were doing something on the opiate epidemic, you would want to have figures for Western Pennsylvania or Beaver County, local information you could get from the local newspaper. Nexus Uni is, each one has a description, so you can kind of look at these few sentences and decide which database you want to use. So this is Supreme Court cases, legal business company, Fortune 500. The next one, if you're taking concepts of lit or British lit, American lit, this is where you'll find information on authors. Post-secondary or college education in the Chronicle. ProQuest, New York Times, and the Wall Street Journal. And Mango is if you want to learn a language. So there are 71 languages, and you can do that on your own time. So anyhow, I did skip, if you notice, I skipped facts. The reason I did that was today I just wanted to take you there real quickly before we get into the actual nursing databases and healthcare databases to show you something. Now, when you go to the databases, they're proprietary. They belong to CCBC. So you want to, if you're on campus, sign in with your first name dot last name at campus computers or using our Wi-Fi. But when you're home, you want to sign in with your full email and your password, your Blackboard email password, and you just log in. And since we chose facts.com as the database we're first going in, I just wanted to give you a quick look at this because there are medical, you can do the A to Z. These are hot button topics and they're pro-con papers. And you can use these as a launch pad for your presentations. So if you look beneath all the subjects, you can look at A to Z, and you can also look up if there's something specific that you were working on, you know, birth rate declines, any kind of healthcare subject. And even if you're looking for a topic, you might want to go through these. The reason I brought you here first also is, as you can see, hot button issues. So coronavirus, mandatory vaccination. If you clicked on these, you would see they would have a thesis statement on both sides of the argument. They're an excellent example of a balanced research paper. So if you go down through here, there's a lot of credible information. Some of it's popular. There are some studies, some very good government charts. So it's a great springboard for you to start with your healthcare subject. So that's why I wanted to show you this database. And in addition, the beauty of it, I'm scrolling down through here quickly too, so I don't take up too much of your time. But at the very end of all of the facts infobase articles, there are also bibliographies, so you can find more resources and good resources. So keep that in mind when you start to choose your topic for health communications, or that there may be a topic here that you can explore. But we're actually going to go to the databases that are specific to you. And so again, CCBC, Campus Life, the library, and research tools, and back to the databases. And this time we're going to go into that EBSCO mall of information. And all you do with all of these is hit the connect to button. Now I'm going to go right in this time. I don't have to put my username and password in, or my email and password, because I was just in issues and controversies and it held my authentication. So when you go into EBSCO, you choose the first link here. And at this link, this is where I said there are a lot of different databases. The first two I call the Walmarts or the general stores. They're multidisciplinary. That means if you have a healthcare topic, medical marijuana, Alzheimer's, there are going to be studies and information in there about those subjects. There's also going to be information about stamp collecting or August Wilson's plays. So these are those. It's good information, but it's multidisciplinary. They're going to be on a lot of subjects. So you can use academic search. It's probably the most used database here at the college. You do not want to select all, because there are hundreds of thousands of articles and you don't want to sift through that. Database searching is all about narrowing and broadening, as you saw with the one video, supplementary video. Now, your home base as a healthcare scholar is Health Source Nursing and CINAL. They have some very high-end studies in these two. So that's what we're going to be searching. But be aware there are other areas that you could also look. This is the drug database. So if you're doing something specific on drug-related and you want a foundation on a particular pharmaceutical, you can look there. In addition, Eric has a lot of educational resource information, depending on your healthcare topic. Green file, that dovetails with healthcare topics because we're talking environmental. We can, if you were looking at fracking and maybe some of the healthcare implications with that, you could use green file. But for today, just for a sample search to get you started on using the databases, I'm going to choose the multidisciplinary. Here we go. And the 2 nursing databases. So then we'll just continue. And I usually do a couple at a time. So we're a little slow today. There we go. So I'm going to show you the way that I don't want you to do a search to begin with. So let's say what is on everyone's mind at this point is coronavirus. So when I say this is a bad search, I'll explain to you why. So and you can see there's smart searching coming up there too. If you just did a search, coronavirus, well, that's also the cold. So that's going to come up with 101,000 hits. So that's way too many. So that's why I wanted you to look at that narrowing and broadening process and honing down to what your topic is. So the one thing you do initially is you want to do the full text. And I think I spoke to you earlier in the first part about how healthcare subjects, if you're in nursing or any kind of healthcare field, your information should come within the 5-year period. To reiterate that, I said, if you were doing the opiates, I would take it down to 3 or 2 years. There's a lot of changes in the field. With coronavirus, of course, viruses have been around a long time, but for COVID-19, we only have a year in on this. So you're going to have to change your time limiters. So what I first did was I changed to full text. Some of these articles that came up of the 101,000 were just summaries, and your professor is not going to want to see something cited or something used from a summary. You need to read a whole article to see how it fits into your topic. So that took it down to 18,000, which is still very overwhelming, but we'll get there. So the other thing you can do is, as I said, in healthcare communications, you have a slight leeway in using credible, popular resources, maybe something from, a nursing newsletter or something like that. But what you really want to do is back up your information with that peer-reviewed, that heavy hitter, scholarly information to show your professors that you know how to research and that you're presenting the latest and the best information. So if you click scholarly, you see that took it from the 18,000 to 6,539. And then, of course, coronavirus, we want to come all the way up. Remember, it's healthcare 3 to 5 years, but with us here, we're going to go to 2019. And that's going to eliminate some of the articles, the coronaviruses that are the common cold or other strains than COVID. So we started with 101,000. We're down to 5,000 articles, that broadening and narrowing. But what we want to do, that's not how I'd like you to do the searches. I want you to start with advanced search, but I just wanted to show you the overall premise of limiting. So when you are doing your topic, start with that advanced search. So you could do, again, you watch for these smart searches because other people have done, you can do coronavirus or COVID-19 or the terms that mean that, or means it will pick up any of those specific terms. So we looked in Infobase, we were looking at vaccines. So we could look at vaccines. If you do this, you put a star, that will pick up that beginning of the word vaccine. It will also pick up vaccines, plural. So now when you do an advanced search, you have to put your parameters again. Remember, full text. We don't want a summary of an article. And we're dealing with COVID-19. So we want to do 2019. Now, actually, vaccine progress has been made in the last couple months. So you could click October, November, December. If you only wanted the latest, or if you want to watch, how the chronological progression, you could choose also. So this is only leading, and actually that was the end of December, and this isn't taking us into the 2021 yet because of the it only being early January while I'm doing this. So, and then you want to hit scholarly and see what we come up with. So when I have vaccine information, let's see what we say. So it's down to 287. So you need to think more about your topic. Maybe you want to know just about effectiveness. So you could use the word efficacy or effectiveness, or just use one or the other, and do your search and see what kind of hits you're getting. So now I'm seeing some hits. Now these are in China. You may want to look at those, or you may want to say, I want to look at studies that were done in the United States. So you could add that too, and see what you come up with. And now see, you're down to 37, you're down to 11. Some of these are going to be highly technical. But you can go through and see what you come up with. You can switch out. You can go to just one of the databases. You can look at their abstracts, open it up, read if that would have fit in with your topic. This study was done, I believe it did say Texas A&M, done in Texas. If you want to read this study to see if you want to use it, you can open it up in a simple text, HTML, or you can open it up, as a PDF, which will look just like as if you have the magazine or the study in front of you. So with the formatting. Now, if you needed to print this, you could download it and print it so it prints all of the pages. If you want to, you can email it to yourself. You can save it to Google Drive right from here. And then the other thing I recommend doing, and if you find several, you can create a folder and just put all those resources in and go back and examine them later, see how they fit with the flow of your paper. You can also cite, if you need the APA citation, you can also cite it right here. Now you have to do your due diligence and make sure that it's a correct citation, which you can check with the OWL that everything looks good. But this is really something that is very helpful. Okay, so that's what you do. That's the way to narrow it down and find an article. Now, if you don't like that one, you can always go back to the result list and go through others, or change up your search terms and look some more, change up your databases. So that's how you do the database searches for your topics. If you find that you're having trouble, please contact the library staff and we'll definitely help you through. So These are the places again, just to remind you, where you can look in these databases where we went down through that EBSCO mall, and also into those hot button issues in facts.com. Use your synonyms for your words, as we had COVID-19, coronavirus. Mix that up. Do the advanced search. Remember your timeline. Get an academic journal in there or some studies that can support your topic, and you'll do wonderfully. And remember, you can do your instant citation, or you can, I'll tell you, Google OWL at Purdue, and you can do the APA from there. And also there's some auto citation generators right online that can help you when we have quick guides in the library. So we're really here to help with this, and we hope that that you feel like you can use the databases. And if you can't, come see us and we'll go through it with you, or we'll meet you online and help you find your resources that get you not only the good grades but the knowledge of your subjects. So again, thank you for listening, and I'm wishing you wellness and a successful semester. Come see Terry Gallagher at the library or get in touch. Thank you very much.